I would like to begin at the outset by thanking France and Saudi Arabia for all of their work to date, and to all of the co-chairs and their teams for all of their work, including our own team in Ireland. I'd also like to thank Minister Yilmaz and express my appreciation to Turkey for their excellent cooperation. I'm delighted that former President of Ireland, Mary Robinson, is here with us today, and I thank her for her decades of dedication to the protection of human rights. This conference, delegates, is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to bring a renewed sense of urgency and to demonstrate a spirit of shared responsibility for seeking a political situation to this absolutely devastating conflict. The humanitarian situation in Gaza has reached new depths of despair and new depths of misery. Mass starvation is now spreading right across the population, and that is an affront to our collective humanity. We need to see an immediate ceasefire, we need to see an immediate release of hostages, and we need to see massive humanitarian aid into Gaza at scale. As co-chairs of Working Group 6, Ireland and Turkey engaged broadly with member states and stakeholders. Our working group was on the preservation of the two-state solution. We deeply appreciate the significant number of concrete and of action-orientated submissions, and there was strong agreement around the respect for international law, including international humanitarian law, and clear support for accountability mechanisms, including the International Criminal Court. Submissions reference the advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice and its clear finding that the Israeli occupation of the occupied Palestinian territory is unlawful. Member states and stakeholders affirmed the two-state solution as the only pathway to a just and a lasting peace, and that is in accordance with international law and UN resolutions. The importance of recognition of the State of Palestine and its admission as a full UN member state was a recurring theme, and I commend France and President Macron for leadership on this. We also recall the importance of recognition of Israel by states who have not yet to do so, and of integration of Israel and Palestine in the region. Contributions stress there should be no forced displacement of Palestinians from Gaza, and there was strong consensus on the need to address illegal settlements in West Bank, including East Jerusalem, and strong condemnation of any attempts at annexation. There must be accountability for violent settlers and for those who support and for those who facilitate them. There must also be accountability for Hamas, who have brought only suffering to Israelis and Palestinians. A key issue is support for the Palestinian Authority, governing a unified Palestine state, support for the PA's reform agenda and sustainable financing, including the release of revenues by Israel. We acknowledge the Arab and OIC Reconstruction Plan as the basis for work on the rebuilding of Gaza and the necessary arrangements for governance, for security and for economic development. Submissions stressed that the essential and life-saving role and the mandate of UNRA must be protected. As a country with experience of overcoming conflict, Ireland recognises the important role of both civil society and in particular of women in laying the groundwork for peace. We must create the conditions and the space for voices from different perspectives to be heard in safety and in respect. We must now seize this opportunity to end the devastating cycles of violence and make good on our commitments to implement once and for all the two-state solution in the interests of both Israelis and Palestinians. Thank you.
I thank the representative of Ireland. لقد استمعنا إلى